Hello and welcome to my channel. It's Darcy's Misadventures with Mixed Media. Okay, so when you have masking tape that won't tear off evenly, then you give yourself some random different edges. But if you have tape that works, you can do straight edges. All right, this is just an index card. I also have some mixed media paper. What I use is not the important part. I just want to be able to have a border, a margin border around what I'm about to do. And I'm going to be using oxide inks and regular distress inks just to make some backgrounds similar to what I just saw Michelle at the Creative Cove do. And then I'll pull out some stamps and do some little bits of drawings and whatnot. Green. I'm looking for like blue will work. Okay. I think I will start with, get this weather. Oh, and this is out because I was trying to soften the glue on the tape. Didn't work super great, but you know. You can do this with the inks or the oxides. The difference between the two, they're both water soluble. So, you know, when I do little water droplets on these, you will see it pick up. The oxides are just more opaque. Opaque is the word I'm looking for. Is that the one I usually, no, that one had paint on it. Oh, that one's hard as a rock. Well, that's unfortunate. Okay. Oh, here. This one's a brown one. Okay. And you know, use what you got. I'm just kind of going for like a little bit of a grungy background. It's all right. If some white gets left on there, that's fine. It's not bad at all. And then I want a little bit of water. So I think I have some on my, just gonna, that's dirty water. It's quite dirty water. That's all right. That water was a little cleaner. And I don't know where my paper towels are, but that's all right. I have this cloth. I'll just use this. So you just let it sit for a second. And then just lift it. Okay. Oh, so you can see it lifts some of the color and just leaves, I think Tim Holtz calls it mottling, M-O-T-T-L-I-N-G, I think. But you know, and it will work with any water soluble inks. I've been able to do this with the Stampin' Up inks as well. Any ink that's not permanent should do this little lift thing. And then you just end up with a really cute background. And then, well, of course, Michelle drew, but I'm going to start with some stamps. I have some inexpensive, nope, these are bugs. Where's my botanical flower ones? Oh, they're right there. I have a lot more flower ones. So they're in a bigger drawer. Oh my goodness. And it's, oh my goodness. Sorry. My flowers are just too big. Oh, there's leaves in there too. All right. So I don't want super, oh, I've got these little ones that I got on Amazon. Then I've got some that I've gotten at thrift stores. You can often find things like this at thrift stores. These ones I got on Amazon. Inexpensive, super easy to use. That one was thrift store. Oh, these I got at the thrift store. Those are great for tall, skinny tags. We got these daffodils. That is I think that's Tim Holtz. That is your creative studio, your creative studio, your creative studio, thrift store, Tim Holtz. I don't know for sure. I think some of these are definitely thrift store. So yeah, I'm just grabbing out all of my little flowers. I could do that one too. Monstera leaf, I could do, that's kind of big. I'm going more for small right now, so pretty much for the most part, although a piece of this wouldn't be a bad thing because you don't have to have it cover the whole. I also have some PM Artist Studio ones as well, but they're just a little bit larger. So I'm figuring I will go for more of the, so this is Fallen Leaves. This is permanent. Oh, also she did some, where's my text? Text. All right, so I might want a little bit of, this one works nicely, a little script in the background might be nice. And okay, so I'll do the script in some brown, I think, and then I don't want a ton of it. I just want a little bit here and there. That's a little bit more than I want, but that's all right. If that ends up being too much, what I could do is, where's the piece I just had that I inked? Was it this one? No. Oh my word, what is wrong with me? I just throw stuff. All right, so these will come off the page a little bit. That's okay though. All right, black. Do I have black? I do. Nocturne. Could also do blue. You could do any color ink you want. If you think you're going to add any mediums to it, you definitely want to use permanent, but I probably won't because I've also got I'm going to do this to the right a little bit, and that's the nice thing about having the tape there as a border, is, you know, that I can put the stamp wherever, and it's going to be super cute. Still don't know what happened to the one that I was about to use. That's wild. I don't know if these came separate in these little bags or what. I don't remember. But these little reeds will be good. Black, black, black. So yeah, I'm going to go over here, and if I want to do there, I can. Maybe another one there, just in the background, a little shadowed. I've also seen Words and Pictures. Is that her name? She has also done something like these. Then we're just going to peel the tape off. So I just use index cards for these, which is, you know, kind of cheap and kind of why that paper's ripping, but we're not going to worry about that because, you know, grunge is the name of the game. I think I like the rip tape even better. I will try some with some straight tape. Also, I could throw a little bit of heat on there. And it should come off a little bit more smoothly. And then I can just glue that back down, or I could just rip it off. It really doesn't matter to me. These are going to be little grungy little bits. Grungy little tag bits to put in pockets or on pockets. Whoops. So I'm not overly concerned about it. Oops. Even though I keep saying whoops, whoops, whoops. So that's what a straight line would look like. And yes, you can combine straight lines and ripped lines. It's fine. All right, let's add a little heat. It was about a year and a half ago when I was up in Massachusetts visiting my aunt that I was watching a lot of the Words and Pictures, and I bought a whole lot of distressed oxides at that point in time because I really liked what she was doing. And that's also when I bought the stamps. I also would do like Michele and draw some as well. I'm looking for my scissors. Found them. And then, oh, I say scissors, but I kind of want it to be, I want my outside edges to be straight. I think that will be, you can use scissors. It's not that big a deal. So I'm just gonna, that's probably a bigger margin than I want. There we go. And then I could put like a little number stamp or something down there since there's kind of that big white space, which I'm not sure that I like so much, but that's okay. where it's a little bit more even around the edge. I like it much better. Like I said, I will also apply some with straight tape. And then throw these little bits away, get them out of my way. I don't need little bits of trash hanging about. Don't need them hanging about. Where did my pens go? Oh my word. Just need a pen. Just one little pen. I have a blue one over there. I don't really want to use blue. What if we use white? I don't want to use white. All right, let me find a freaking pen. So then I might if I'm gonna see. I'll try this one since I don't love that corner. Then if I don't like what this one does, I'm just kind of going around the border. Just to make a little frame for it. I'm not following it perfectly. And that one was really pretty straight. Oops. Wrist exercises again. That was my alarm. Let me do this one a little bit differently. Just going to do my... I don't know. I think I liked it without the border. Kind of wish I had left it, but that's okay. Or maybe I will like it. I don't know. All right. So there it is with the border drawn in. I could even fussy cut around that. So I think it's the square on the outside I might not like. Show you what I mean. So this one is with the square border, and this one is where I kind of did a kiss cut and just like a 1/4 inch around there. And I think I like it like that better. So I think if you know me, I see an idea and I try it, and then I usually change it up somehow because that's just how I roll. So now these can be little focal points to put on something else, or they could just go in a pocket as they are. I don't know what, I mean, I probably glue them down just because I don't like the lines on the back. But if I don't want the lines on the back, I could just use this, this is mixed media paper. And it was ripped up there. We're not going to worry about that. And we're just going to have whatever spaces I've got here. Just going to do like we just did. Maybe change up our colors a little bit. Some frayed burlap. Sure, why not? What would you do if I sang out of tune? Because why not? Some frayed burlap. Just kind of, the way I'm kind of doing it is just kind of doing like the couple corners opposite each other and then kind of fill in the rest. Or, you know, come all the way down maybe. I don't know. There's no right or wrong way to do it. Just so you know. You might want to not have stamps underneath though. That might, oh no, we got some ink on this one. It's fine. These are for grunginess, so it's okay. It doesn't look like much, but it'll get better, believe me. Let's see, should we get the shabby shutters or the peeled paint maybe? Peeled paint, green, green, green. I mix my brushes with the oxides and the inks. You should not do that. Do as I say, not as I do. And I will do a little bit of script on here. Just kind of filling in what's left here. You could do a third color if you want to. Nice thing about 2 colors is it just doesn't really get in the way too much. Let's see. Let me do a little bit of the forest moss ink maybe. Just sort of green. Just kind of being random with it. And if you do it on the edges, the darker inks on the edges, you'll get a little bit more the dimension. I mean, you know, a stronger border, I think is what I'm trying to say. And then I was thinking of bringing in, well, first let me do some of this. Doing this, oops, in the brown. Just some, oh, that's upside down, but that's okay. We'll just do our, and it's just background. So, you know, if it is upside down, that's not a big deal. I don't want to do that everywhere. Where is the other script stamp I was using? I don't know. Do you know? Because I don't know. Oh, we could do this one. This one's kind of fun. Little circles. That's one of my favorites. This is the warped one. I bought a newer one that's not quite so warped, but that's okay. And if I don't want it to come out too dark, just kind of do a little bit over there. To get, you know, the ghost stamp of it all. There we go. All right. And bring in the, not, oh, one more thing. That's right. I want to do the water drops. Or you can also try a stamp with some water sprayed on it. This is a continuous mist sprayer, so it's got little smaller droplets, which is kind of nice. It's gonna spray the stamp so that it's wet. And then where, especially where, I'm just doing the whole thing. And also the potential of ink being on my stamp is pretty high. But that should lift off some of the ink that's down. Once again, don't know where my paper towels are, but that's all right. And then just blot that up. And that just gives you a little bit more texture in the background, which I like. Nothing really happened here, so I'm going to try it again. Clean that off a little bit. I think there was some brown or yellow on there. Spray, 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 spray. I just had it. That's right. Oh, put it over. Why did I put it on the opposite? That's my phone, not yours. Why did I put that on the opposite side? I don't know. There we go. That got more wet on there. That one doesn't have a lot happening. And then some of this, it's lifting, and some of it is more leaving whatever's on here down on there. But, you know, you can do that too. You could add some background stamping and some lighter colors if you want to. Do I want to? Where's my circles? Oh, we already have circles in the background. We're fine. Oh, and I still might want to do some water drops. Just because I like that look. Ooh, this water over here is about to fall off the desk. That's not good. This is the cleaner of the two. Neither one is actually clean water. They're both dirty waters, but one's a little bit cleaner than the other one. You do as much or as little splatters as you want. Okay, and then I think I'm going to take a heat gun to these to dry them real quick so that my stamping that I do next will be fairly clear. This is just a dish towel that I was influenced by somebody to buy. You don't have to buy it. But that way, you know, when it gets all inky and colorful, then I can use it as fabric somewhere. All right, I'm going to dry this real fast with a heat gun. And since I was inspired by Michele, let's use one of her stamps. That'll be good. I'll do the black because I got the brown in the background, so I want this to stand out a little bit more. I'm not going all the way to the bottom because this is just going to be the top part of this in here. And I think I'm going to do it to the right just a little bit because I have that stencil on the left. Like that. And let's see. This one's like a little bit bigger. Not quite. Oh, I did find the one from before that I had. This one actually might be good here. All right, black. And if you don't want to get ink on your piece, don't ink on your piece because sometimes it comes around the edges and that won't be nice. All right, my words here, I could do whatever. I'm just gonna go off the top and the bottom a little bit. I moved it. It's all right. Doesn't have to be perfect. We're not going for perfect. If you see some spaces that you're just like, oh, that needs a little bit more, you could do. I did it that way because that word I did upside down. All right, we got a little one here. Could even just, let's see. Ooh, I kind of like this little ginkgo. Yep, I do. I like that. I could use an acrylic block to get a better imprint, a better image, but I'm not too worried about it. It doesn't, I'm not going for perfection. These are just kind of grungy and fun. This one, I might go this way. Just have, well, then we lose the B. What about, that might be fun there. Okay. This one's your creative studio. Which way was I going with that? I do want the bee and the whole flower, but the leaves and the bits on the other part is, doesn't matter as much. Pressing with purpose, but not worrying about if it's perfect. Let's see. If I wanted to just do like little tinies, I could. Let's see. Oh, I like this one. I think I will do this one like that because there's a good space there. There we go. Let's see. Do I want to do two? That's a possibility. And this one is nice and small. It might be perfect right there. I will try to remember to link Michelle's video, you know, in case you want to learn how to do the drawing and whatnot, because she does the drawings. I might do one with drawings. But I know a lot of you guys don't draw, so I figured stamps might work a little bit better. And then we'll do the little fun reveal of the page. That's kind of like the fun part, right? Yeah, this, I'm not saving any of this tape. It's 3M masking tape. I know it's been in here a while, and also we're downstairs where it's more damp, which is probably part of the issue. Let's do this. Okay, doing it with one hand is a little bit hard, and then, you know, the heat gun on your hand is a little hot, just so you know. Okay, let's not lose any stamps. Be nice if we don't lose the stamps. Crazy. It's all right, rip the paper, but that's gonna get cut off anyway. I am curious, what if this pen, 3mm. Nope, that's not the one I want. This is not the pen you're looking for. This one is kind of thick. I want a thinner one, I think. But all my stuff is, oh, this is where, hold on. I don't think there's anything else. Also, could try one with gold. Here, this is like just a ballpoint pen. Just thinking. And just gonna go around that, do my little scribbly lines. I'm not worried about, I don't know why my scribbly lines are doing weird things, but just kind of follow that line a little bit. Whoops. And then do that weird thing. That's all right. We can always just put something over it or do it again somewhere to make it look like it's on purpose. Like, there we go. Now it looks more on purpose. I will try cutting one out. Oh, and then she did like, just like, I could go inside the line a little bit and just do like a little bow stitching. See if I like that or not. Won't know what I like until I try it. My thumb doesn't want to bend normal today. And then I'm just going to go to the flower and over here where the stamp is, I'm going to, oh, well, sort of. Kind of avoiding doing the stitching where there's a stamp. Don't have to. That's just what my brain wants to do. Kind of like the flower is in front of the stitching, I guess. So that is it with just stitching. I don't like how this is over here, so I might just cut that out on the edge. Oh, this one goes this way. Let's see. Let's try tearing that one out. Kind of fussy tearing. On a smaller margin or border, whatever you want to call it, over here. And I might want to ink that one in a minute. Un momento. Scissors. This one, I'm just gonna give it a little bit of a border. I don't worry about cutting it perfectly. You know, I just, where it's a little bit squiggly, I just kind of move the paper. And I don't like super pointy corners, so I usually will come, you know, do a little bit of not perfectly cornered corner. Does that make sense? Like I'd even just, that's my phone, not yours, just kind of clip that just tiniest bit, well, the tiniest bit if I could. There you go. All right, so there's that one. This one, I'm going to kind of do a, since that one didn't come out the way I want, I'm not following even the lines that I've got there. I'm just kind of doing a little squiggly thing. I'm not worried about perfection. So that's what that one is like. If I wanted to have a border, I could always put it on something. Let's see. This one's going to have like a frame and just cut around that frame. Just, you know, don't have to be precise about it because otherwise it'll take you all day to cut it, and we don't want that. We just kind of want it to be easy and quick as possible, which is why I don't stress when I'm fussy cutting like that. This one, almost straight. I'll do this one a little bit less. I'm just going to follow the shape, but not go quite as wiggly as I did the other ones. And this one, let's try doing straight edges on this one without the border and see if I like it more. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Okay, this side is the side I'm going to do first, and then that will give me my straight edge to start with. It's a little less annoying when it doesn't have the dark border on it, I guess. I'm not sure how I feel about it. We'll see. this one, I'm just gonna take my gold and do a little border in the gold, because why not? Just sort of following this line here, doing some little scribbly bits, because that's how I like to do my lines. Just like embracing imperfection, and one way to do that is to not try to draw straight lines. Let's see. I mean, that's fine. I don't know which one. All right, I'm going to ink this one. Ink it. She says, you know, does she know where the ink is? Yes, it's right here. She was actually able to find the ink, and peace was restored in the kingdom. All right, let's see if inking this makes it better, because maybe it is just the big white border that we don't like. And what I might even do is, so you can see a little bit of that stamping there and the little bit and the stuff in the background. Just throw stuff there so you have. And then this one does not have the white border, but I think it'll be fun to use as a layer somewhere. Oh, I think I know what I want. So I want like some lines here and there, I think. And I want it to come off into the white on some of these. So I'm going to grab my embroidery plastic thing. Yeah. As nice as a white border is for these little grungy bits, white's not really what I'm going for. See, that's with the white border. And I don't necessarily love it. On the ones that I cut more precisely, I might like it more better. I don't know. But I don't even know where I put those. They've disappeared. I think this would be fun to do on these index cards as well. I probably wouldn't even leave the border for those. But I grabbed those out. So I thought I would go ahead and do one. Because the thing I like about vintage index cards is the numbers. Like, that makes them interesting to me. So I like for them to show. I'll do the side with all numbers maybe. So I do like, I do like some weathered wood. A little bit of blue on there. And blue and brown is also a combination that I just really like. This one, the other one here, I will do, what about yellow? I haven't done any yellow. Yellow and what? I don't know. And where did, oh, my fingers. Blue, frayed burlap maybe. So this one is all oxides right now. And these are vintage index cards, flashcards, and they take the ink, interestingly. I think the French corduroy is kind of like a yellowy brownie yellow, kind of. Yeah, so maybe do that with the yellow. Might even come back in with some of the honey, which is a little bit more orangey. Which is, that's antique linen. It's a, nope, that's forest moss. Didn't I have the, ouch. All right, now pressing hard like that may hurt your wrist. Right here in front of my face. Just warning. Yep, I did just get a little bit of oxide on my thing. I'm not going to stress about it too much. Let's see. What do I want to use? Let's see what I have for stamps, like background stamps. Ooh, I've got some good, I've got some, ooh, I've got all kinds of stuff here. I've got so much stuff in my drawer of stuff. Background stamps in this drawer. I already have numbers. All right, I think I will do probably pretty dirty. Oh, also, oh, actually, I'm going to try this. Let's just spray this off to the side. I'm also going to probably, whatever paint or ink is on here is also going to come off on this, and I'm okay with that. There is some brown on that for sure. That just got reactivated. I sprayed it with water so that it can potentially lift. Well, it's adding color on because this was so dirty. I'm okay with that. Let that dry. Let me do that with this one too. Oh, nice tall tag. This one, I don't, all right, maybe like that. We'll see. I don't know if there's any inks on this one. I think it's just paint on the back side here. Also, I'm not going for perfect, so I might not have got it sprayed everywhere perfectly. I do like it to be straight if I can. So I'm just trying to get some wet on there so that it will lift up. Oh, here's my paper towels right by my feet. How did I not see that before? Because it was under my desk. Just giving that a minute to do its thing, and then there we go. So that is super subtle. So that nice background. I could add stamping to that, but I don't have to. I might even come around and do some doodling on it. We'll see. Let's see. Nope, that's dry already pretty much. So yeah, there's these two backgrounds because not everybody is like me, but I like for my background to show. Let's add, where's my polka dots? These polka dots will work. Just gonna come in with light, just some ground coffee, I guess, and whatever else is on the stamp. So in these areas where it's more blue, just gonna come in and add some brown where there's more blue. This is from Campeau Studio. This is the little bubble wrap stamp by Carrie, the crafter. And the other, this one was Oriental Lattice, the stencil I used, and this one is one of the rattans. But I like using the stencil as a stamp. One, they take up less space because they're flat. You can go in a drawer. But yeah, just, spraying some ink on them or spraying some water on them to lift the ink, however you do it. It's just a fun way to get some marks. I'm trying to think if I want to add anything. I think I'm going to leave these. I just kind of like them as they are. I may add some doodling to them at some point or a focal point at some point, but for now, I just want to leave those as they are. You could totally, I think you could even do like, kind of go up with like, or you could cut this down to make smaller tags as well. Do I want to do that? And then like, well, the 15 would get covered. So no, I don't want to do that. Oh, and then I should do some, I will do some with the straight lines and some drawings just to see how we like that. So I'm going to grab what I've got. I'm just going to grab the piece of, this is just watercolor, Hansen. Obviously it's just one of my sketchbooks that I just draw random stuff in. My hand is feeling weak and hurting today. I don't know what's up with that. Maybe because I didn't do my second set of wrist exercises yesterday. Yeah, sure, that's why. I do have let's try this tape over here, which I saw a minute ago. I bought some of the art tape, which should not stick as badly, but I was thinking, you know, I could also, once it's used the once or twice, you know, once it starts to lose the stickiness, I could like kind of add some mixed media to it and then glue it down somewhere. Is why I was like willing to pay more for the tape. If it works for that, we'll see. Okay. And hopefully it won't stick quite as bad too. Yeah, it's definitely easier to peel. I give it that. It would be smarter to tape it onto another piece of paper so that when I'm drawing, I could move the paper around, but that's all right. It won't stick terribly much, so I'm not too worried about it. Oh, we do have some of these tall ones too. I think I'm going to do, I'm going to do some tall skinny as well. I mean, I could do all tall skinny because I could even draw a tall skinny. This one, we'll do this way. But yeah, the tape is just so that it can have a nice border. If you don't want to do that, you could always cut them out and then put them on a white piece in the background if you don't have tape, or you don't want to, or you feel like this is a waste of tape or whatever. Like I said, because this tape costs a little bit more, I am going to attempt to use it, just like save it. You know. All right, what colors do we want? Should we do... Why did I grab mostly greens? I know I have some blues. Oh, wait, blue. Bundled sage. No, I thought I had a speckled... Oh, I have two bundled sages. No, real pink. Shabby shutters was the other one. Okay. So shabby shutters. Let's try that. And I want some blue, other blue, some brighter blue. Some different. Oh, I also forgot. I grabbed. Oh no, I just grabbed the grounds of those. Yeah, I have a lot of oxides. What I did is, I ordered them in bundles so they would cost less per. Let's do faded jeans. Less per. What do you call these? Pad. I don't have room on my desk for these. Why am I acting like I have room on my desk? So some faded jeans. I said random. You don't have to be perfect with this. That's not the goal. That's not the aim. Salvage patina. Do I have two of these? I might have two of these. Just going for like kind of like a sky background, kind of sort of maybe. I don't know. That's my phone, not yours. I should have put it on Do Not Disturb. I don't think I'm expecting any phone calls today. I still want to do a little bit of the shabby shutters just because it'll be a little bit, yeah, it'll be different and brighter. Bring in as many or as few colors as you want. I am sticking to one side of the cool side of the color wheel. So I'm not getting a lot of muddiness and brown muddiness. But also I'm going to add some brown. Where's the vintage photo? Or yeah, a little vintage photo maybe, or gathered vintage. That's my phone, not yours. Because even though I said I should put it on Do Not Disturb, I did not. Just kind of coming around the edges a little bit, which will kind of give it a little bit more of a border. And a little bit in the middle too, because why not? And do I have any stamps? Oh, I was thinking of using this nested circle. Pretty sure it's got some color on it. That's not too bad. All right, I'm going to spray it. with my mist. I'm not going to spray it perfectly. I'm just kind of a few little spurts on there. And then to lift the paint, which it lifts really well on the tape. Put another little spray. Just give some interest in the background. And PM Artist Studio does have some new scribbly type round scribbly stamps. I don't know which ones I'll be ordering, but I'm sure I will be ordering one or two because they look like a lot of fun. All right, so we got that in the background. Some places it left ink, some places it lifted off ink. Fun, fun, fun. We like that. Okay, some splatters because we like splatters. We like what the look it gives. And then we'll grab our paper towel. We'll give that a minute. I don't know, about 10, 15 seconds or so. The longer you leave it, the brighter your spots will be. So if you want them really subtle, don't leave it on so long. But if you like it less subtle, then, you know, count down. And then this tape, this is why I wanted this art tape, because I think it holds the inks and the paints better. So I'll be able to decorate it and use it later for something fun. All right, so tall, skinny. We have these. I don't know. Are they might be Stampin' Up. So I'm going to do those. Oh, wait. I want some, whatchamacallit in the background. Oh, maybe I'll do numbers this time. And maybe I'll do it in the, what do I want? I'm going to do it subtle. So we'll do the archive, the coffee. Keeping it subtle. Super subtle. So subtle it's a secret. I know you can barely even see it, but that's fine. Because we're just going for background. Just something in the background is what we're going for. So I think, do I want to do black or brown? I'm going to try one in the brown. Just gonna, they were sticky on the back, so I just backed them against each other. That's pretty. A little bit of black down there. That's all right. We're not worried about that. I think I'll do the iris. Will I do it in brown? I like the brown. I think I'll do the brown again. If you don't want that black, just kind of wipe off your edges to avoid that from happening. I'm going to come down. I'm not going to center this one. Did it kind of to the left a little bit. And then I might do some numbers over here or an ampersand. Like a little ampersand there maybe. Because I like ampersands. Do I need another reason? Do we want to put, what do we want to do here? I wish I had an ampersand, no, I mean an at sign. An at sign would be nice. 1913. Why not? I'm just going to go right there. Make it look a little bit more intentional. Do we want any more numbers? They will likely go in different journals, so I think that's good for now. And then on these ones, okay, take this up off of here. I will draw on these. The pen you use, Michelle says it doesn't matter. We're gonna try. Sometimes I will start in the middle like that so that I have a leaf that is in front, because I like a leaf in front. And Michelle says to make sure that your stems are strong enough to hold the leaves. Um, let's see. I don't know how I feel about that, but um, also I'm going to kind of come up like that leaf is folded up down there, kind of, sort of. And then just gonna kind of do my little scribbly bit for my centers. And this one is underneath, so let's see, how do I want to do this? I mean, I could just leave them like that, but I don't want to. I'm just gonna do some lines, a little squiggly, not perfect lines. I don't know. And I'm going to darken this one so we see that that's a leaf that's folded up. And do some extra lines here to make it darker because that one's underneath that one. I don't always like to talk when I'm drawing because I find drawing to be kind of relaxing, especially if I'm just doing like lines like this. There we go. All right, so there's that one. Might add a number. And then for this one, I've been kind of practicing trying to do I don't, this might not end up looking like it, but ginkgo, no, eucalyptus is what I've been practicing. Will this look like eucalyptus? It's hard to say. Probably not. It's just going to look like whatever it is I decide to do. Probably looks nothing like eucalyptus, but that's kind of what I've been practicing. If you want to get better at drawing, you just have to practice. I was practicing irises yesterday, but I'm not to the point where I can quite do that quite yet. All right, I used black, so I probably want to use black ink for my numbers, but I don't have to. I could just add some numbers, some numbers. What is or words or this? What is this one? I think that's the Washington, D.C. stamp. Here we go. A little stamping tin happening anywhere you like it. And maybe some words, or this one's factory. Could even do, let's see, could do anything. There's a little shield, airmail, numbers, 785, which, gets used a lot. What is this? Oh, that's a label. Could do a label. All right, so 785. You can overlap. It's fine. It's not straight, but that's okay. course, adding the stamps is optional. You know, do it if you got it. If you like it. If you don't like it, don't do it. You can be more caring about it, less caring about it. There's no right or wrong. And then we will take the tape off and see how these look. Put these back in the drawer. All right, and this tape should come off more easily than the last because it's the art tape and it's on watercolor paper. Nope, it's still ripping. It's all right. If you don't want it to rip, I'm not so concerned about it, but I will just a little heat. Should take care of it. I don't think you need a ton, but you know, a little heat to soften the glue should be just what you need. And if you want to save them, don't let them roll up on themselves. Oh my word. And then just stick it to my desk over there. I would like to save them. All right, and then if it rips one end, and so you just come from the other end and hope for the best, especially after you've softened the glue. Yeah, that's the word I wanted. Yep, that one tore. That's okay. I generally do grungy things. If you don't do grungy things and you don't want it to tear, just use the heat gun. If you're not sure what's going to happen, just use the heat gun. And so now all your pieces have borders. You don't have to use inks for this. You can use acrylic paint, watercolor, watered down acrylic paint, any of those things. Just to give you, like a watered down acrylic paint would give you a nice background. And if you did the water droplets while it was still wet or damp, you would also still be able to pull some off. And watercolor is water soluble, so you'd still be able to get the water droplets or the stamping, the stenciling, you know, picking up with water with a stamp might also work with that. It should. You can just cut these out with scissors, or you can. I like this because then what I do is this part here, I match up to the end of this plastic bit, and that gives me a nice clean border on all the sides. I don't know if you can see. Was that perfectly straight? No, it was not, but that's okay. We're just going to do our best. It's not even a little bit straight, so I'm going to follow where the tape was, and then it'll at least appear straight. But that's where having that plastic guide just gives you a nice border on each side. Unless you move it. If you move it, you know, your border might not be quite so perfect. That's all right. I should pause. You don't need to watch me cut this. You could leave that on the top, but you don't have to. If you like it grungy and you like that, but see, yep. Now the little piece that could go stick in a pocket or be a focal point on something else. It will look nice, whatever you do. You could put a word down there. So if you wanted to leave that on the edge, you could, and then you could put a word. I probably won't. I could take these strips and stamp them and ink them and use them in clusters later too. These strips here. Could just go ahead and ink them up the way I did these even. But yep. So let's see. I can stand up. So here we go. These are just really fun to do. Simple and easy, using what you've got. If you don't have stamps, practice drawing. If you don't draw, grab your stamps. Where'd all the other ones go? I don't know. So yeah, these were stamps. Your stamping doesn't have to be perfect. Your edges don't have to be perfect. You've just got really cute pieces to use, whether you're going to use them in clusters or on ephemera or just to put in a pocket. All those things are valid uses. Could add a little number on there if I wanted to. I know I've got a couple more. Let me see if I can find them. Also, those washi stickers that you have, or the clear stickers, those will also work nicely on these backgrounds. And you could also use book page as your background as well. So here's the first ones we did just on index card. And I don't think the paper use is that important. File folder, book pages, watercolor paper, mixed media paper, index cards. Michelle was using index cards too. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. And I hope you have a delightful day. Love you. Bye.